next honoree, Valerie Brown, Master of Science in Education.
Love you guys. Good afternoon, faculty, graduates, family, guests, and friends. I'm so happy to be here representing the Master of Science in Education cohort. I would not have missed this ceremony for the world. I, like every graduate here today, worked extremely hard for the past year in order to complete my course of study. And although our journeys began differently, it is our collective choice to further our education and serve our communities that brings us together today. As students of the Masters of Science in Education program, we have completed an intense year of study, including a rigorous student teaching and academic schedule. We face personal challenges as well as professional ones. Though our schedule left little energy for family and friends during the past year, with their support, we made it through and have accomplished what we set out to do. And I believe it is important to celebrate what we have achieved, and I never considered letting this moment pass me by. But recently, while working with a class of 8th grade students, I found them to be less enthusiastic about their own celebration. The graduating class had begun practicing for their commencement ceremony, and I noticed 2 students sitting apart from the others. When I asked why, they said they weren't going to the ceremony, and in their coolest I know everything voices, that they were not attending because it was corny. I did my best to convince them that it wasn't corny, and that it's when we acknowledge what we have achieved that we are sometimes shown the path to the next stop on our journey. They laughed at me and respectfully chose to continue sitting out the practice. I only worked with those students for 2 days over a month ago, but their apathy has stayed with me. I wondered how bright students such as these could ignore the opportunity to celebrate what they had achieved. I thought about what I will need to do as a new teacher to ensure that my students understand how important their success is to me and to themselves. But first, I'll need to support them as they work towards that success. Through that process, I'll need to continuously ask myself, what can I do better next time? How can I improve what I've done? And most importantly, did I do the best for the children today? As a new teacher, the answer is not always going to be yes, but by taking the time to reflect on my actions, I can develop strategies to ensure I am successful the next time I am faced with that particular challenge. The skill of self-reflection is something I learned as a student of Metropolitan College, and as I begin my career, I know that to become successful, I'll need to continue that reflection as I support my students while they work towards their academic success. I believe it is important for all of us here to recognize our hard work and accept the accolades we've earned for that success, which is why we are here today. But it's also important to let our children know we are proud of their achievements, and hopefully, when they see themselves through our eyes, they'll understand that graduation ceremonies are not corny. So whether it's a high five or a pat on the back, let them know that their success should be celebrated. In closing, there's a slogan commonly used in sales teams in retail and wholesale sales. It's always be closing. It's meant to remind staff that every action they take should lead them towards the end goal of closing the sale. While I'm not a salesman, as a lifelong learner, I do think it's important to keep your eye on an end goal of continued success. So I have adjusted the slogan slightly to help us remain focused, and I think it is fitting, so here it is. Always be learning. That is what I wish for all of my students, all of the friends and family here, and most of all, for all of the graduates today. May you always be learning. Remember to celebrate your accomplishments and to celebrate your children's accomplishments. Thank you.